What's up, broadcasters? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Branding Banter, your promo podcast where you can get all the nerdy news you need to know about. My name is Jeff Franklin, National Accounts Manager with Headwear USA.
Meg Gerber, Director of Sales over at Performa.
Sarah Goshkarian, Unruh, National Sales Manager at Stalls.
We've got a fun one today, right? We're going to
Yeah,
talk online 18.
So much
18.
fun.
So they did it. Is this is the first year that they second year then?
Second year. Yeah,
Right,
I think
so they split it up into two different. So they're doing online 18 for organizations and online 18 for individuals, which of course before this list, it was originally Dale Denham's list, right?
It was. And he used to base,
and so
he used to base it off of this website called Clout, K-L-O-U-T.
Oh.
Which is, so yeah, if you don't know. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that either.
There used to be a website called Clout, and you could essentially go, I think you had to sign up for it. I'm trying to remember, but I didn't know about it until after the first online 18. I was like, how did you not pick me? And he's like, oh, we use Clout. So essentially, it would take all of your social handles and then give you a score. And then he would kind of pull from that. So as soon as I found that out, I was like, oh, let me do Clout. Let me do da. And so John Norris and I both weren't on the list at that time or something. We were both kidding around. So then every single post we would make, we would do hashtag Clout. And then tag Dale Denham and everything. For like a year, we bullied him, and then we both made it on the list.
Well, clearly it's no longer Dale Denham's list, and they're probably no longer using Clout because surprise, Meg Gerber didn't make the list this year. Sorry to pull that rug out from underneath of you, Meg, but since you bullied your way in there to begin with,
bullied my way right back out.
I love that story. That's so great. I didn't even. That's so.
Yeah, no, that's actually really cool information to know. Like that's the little peek behind the curtain that most people don't know about or get to see. So,
but I think it's a good way to kind of establish like your clout in the industry, right? It's like it pulls, like you can literally put in all your social media accounts, and I guess it's like it just pulls, the data, the analytics, and says, oh, you're a 97 out of 100 or whatever. But data doesn't lie. Opinions do, though.
That is true. That is true. So how do we want to break this up? Do we want to hit the part one first and cover organizations?
Yeah, let's talk about the companies. It's funny because this is the first year that they've done two parts. So an organization and then people. And so, because last year it was just people. And so
last year it was this too. They did it. They split up last year like this. It was the first time they did it last year.
I didn't remember that either, Sarah. So
I don't remember the organizations last year. I just remember the people. And so when you scroll through the organizations or you look at them, either however you view things, I just say scroll automatically because it's such a long list. But it was interesting because they even put like number 18 was the promotional products professionals, which is the Facebook page that anybody in our industry basically goes to and talks on. I do think it's funny because the first line that they started with was, can anyone ID this pen? And I think that's so funny because that's what happens a lot of times is that people post pictures out there of products and are like, anybody know what this product is? So I thought that was really funny.
That is funny. Do we want to go through them then? You want to go through the list?
Sure. MIPA is on there, number 17, 16 printable promotions. Here's the thing that I always think, what is nice about this and what I like to do is I like to look at it and like, I didn't realize some of these people are so engaged from a social media platform standpoint with their organizations. I tend to follow people, not organizations. So I had no idea some of these.
Yeah. So I didn't know some of these
companies on social.
Yeah. So let's start with the top. Number 18, You Name It Specialties. They're on Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Pinterest. They were not on the list last year. And on LinkedIn, they have their largest account is 1,000 followers. So I actually don't know them. Do you know them, Sarah?
No.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, actually, I didn't even know Nick Latour until he was like on it a couple of years ago. I was like, who's this Nick guy? Number 2. And now he's like 2 years in a row, but that's a spoiler. Anyway. 17.
Actually, okay. You Name It Specialties. I do know they're in San Antonio. Josh King is part of You Name It Specialties. Josh is on the board with me, so I better say yes. I know who it is because he's one of my board members. So yes. So yeah, but they're down in San Antonio, but they've grown exponentially. That company. I always think it's fun to watch companies grow too in the background from whenever you knew when they first started.
Yeah.
And they were super small. Now you've watched the expansion. That's kind of
I
fun.
love that.
Nice
Aw.
recovery, Sarah. You
Hey,
nearly,
you know,
you
it
were
just
you were
clicked.
nearly
I
grilled
had
at
a
your next board.
moment. I had a moment. It clicked.
So 17. This is an interesting one. So Snug, their largest account is Facebook with 7.4 followers. However, last year they were number 1 on the list, which is crazy. So they dropped from number 1 to number 17. I don't know why, but I think whatever. They still made the list. So okay, number 16, Gemline. Largest account LinkedIn, 18,000 followers. I've seen them a lot on social as of late, and they're doing a great job. I know they're really pushing sustainability, ESG, CSR. They're everything. I love it. They're doing a great job. They're B Corp, so bravo to Gemline. 15. There you go. The Promotional Product Professionals of Canada. Hey, they've got 2,000 followers on LinkedIn.
What's that all about?
About.
About.
That's so funny. Yeah, wicked. Let's see.
But they've also been engaged a lot more. They, meaning the promotional products professionals, just in Canada, even out at regionals. I think they were at LDW also. Like I've seen, so they've just had a lot more engagement in general.
Okay. Who is PCNA or Canada?
Canada.
Okay, sorry. I was reading. Yeah. Okay, so then number 14 was PCNA, largest account LinkedIn, 25,000 followers. Wow, that's crazy. I wonder if they have like people who aren't from the industry following them. 13, Maple Ridge Farms. Yeah, I'm surprised they're not.
I follow all their stuff. It just makes me hungry every time I look at everything.
So first off, the main picture on here are those like churro things. My mouth is literally watering.
I know. They do such a great job, I will say, with their
Bravo, Jeannie and Jody, you guys are killing it.
Yeah.
So Promo Corner, congratulations. Their largest account is Facebook, 5,500 followers.
How were they not ranked last year? That's what I want to know. They're like,
I thought they were. We know what
one of the social content companies in the industry, and they weren't even ranked on the first online 18. I mean, maybe it was just like a organization or business, like a supplier / distributor type of situation. They didn't include service providers maybe last year. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's what it was. The whole service provider thing. Didn't even think about that. So number 11, I don't think I know them. Acclimate.
I don't either. That is one I don't know, I will say.
So they're LinkedIn. They've got 1,000 followers. You know, I've got
TikTok. They're big on TikTok, is what it says, right?
Okay. I just pulled them up on Instagram too. Let's see what they got. No, they've got like 159 followers on Instagram. You said TikTok?
It could be just a big TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok
I mean, good for them though. Good for them. Let's see.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I love when people are putting themselves out there. I think that's so important. And yeah, their TikTok's doing well. Not a ton of followers there, but it's okay. They're still putting content out there, and I think that's important. You know, I wouldn't actually look back. I'm like, I've barely even posted this year.
You know, it's when we start talking about individuals, I'll share it. Yeah, I'll give you mine.
All right. Number 10, Boundless. Great job. I don't think I've seen any of their stuff, to be honest with you, but that's okay. I mean, hey, you guys made it in the top 10. They've got 7,000 followers on LinkedIn. They did drop from number 3 though, which is interesting. Number 9, Spectrum Design. Don't think I've ever seen them, to be honest, but they've got 111,000
followers. It's crazy.
And they were not. Maybe I did now that I think about it, but you know what? I know who these people are. I remember them now. Yes, this is an incredible company. They actually take people that have autism and give them jobs, like, and put them into like neurodiverse people.
Yes.
I love this. Oh, that's right. But they've had a huge Instagram following because of that. So kudos to them. They should be number 1, honestly, but they weren't even on the list last year. So number 8, American Solutions for Business. Of course, you got Taylor, you've got Dana. They're like the Mr. and Mrs. not related, but social media people.
Social media kings and queens. Yes, I agree.
Number 7 would be Halo. Congrats. One of my closest friends from SNS Activewear went over there, and she is now in that marketing department, Erin Kanata. So congratulations, Erin, and the rest of your team. It's fabulous. Last year, they were number 12, so now they're number 7. Number 6, Hasseman Marketing. They were not ranked last year, but I will say I've seen them a ton on social media, and they are doing a fabulous job being consistent. Kirby's up there doing it every day. I see Hasseman Marketing doing it every day, and they're funny. They're funny. So that's what I like about that. Number 5, Rupt. Congratulations. Not only are they number 5 on the PPAI's online 18, they are also number 1 with PPAI on the pitch. So congratulations. Big year for Rupt this year. Let's see. Oh, and they were on it last year? Nope, they were not on it last year as well. Number 4, HPG.
Yeah, so 9 of the 18 were not ranked.
Yeah.
I went through and counted. So literally half of them. So it's interesting.
HPG, they are number 4 this year, as they should be, from number 10. JQ has been killing it. The whole HPG team has been killing it. We'll get into that again when we talk about
they're all super engaged from even an individual perspective. And so they all do a great job, I think, individually, as well as an organization on social.
Absolutely. Number 3, down or up from number 6, Common Skew. So great job, Bobby and Mark and Catherine. You guys are always hands-on, and I just love it. I've been friends with them since, right sleeve days. So I'm so glad to see them still kicking ass. Number 2, Brand Fuel. Of course, love those guys. They do they do so much in their communities. I'm not shocked to see them there. Yeah. But they held number 2. So the second year in a row, they are number 2. And last but not least, Sage. I think there's a little bit of nepotism there. I don't know. I want to challenge this one.
I didn't know that they did a lot on social. I don't follow them on social, so that was interesting to me.
Yeah,
I've personally never seen any like interactive post on socials from Sage.
Neither have I. But
love them.
I
just haven't seen anything from a social standpoint, so that was interesting.
Yeah. Sarah, do you want to go through the people who hit the top online 18?
People, let me click over. Because if you didn't catch this at the beginning, and I love neither one of you stated anything, but I was actually starting on the 24 list, not the 25 list. So I could go back and be like, no, you're right. They did do organizations last year, because that was the list I was reading off of at the beginning versus being the people. And so, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I don't know if you guys can swear I have my do not disturb on, except for my family. And so, of course, my children call me. And so that was the
same thing with the individuals. 9 of the 18 are new or not ranked previously. So I don't know if it's something that they're doing where they just literally they rule out half of them to bring in a fresh new half, because it seems interesting. I mean, it could just be a coincidence that 50% on both lists are new. I don't know. But and Sarah, I was wondering if that was the case, because I thought I was had the wrong list up or something, because you had mentioned the promotional product Facebook group.
That was me. I just had to correct
myself. I don't see that on this list.
I'll correct myself on this.
All right, so individuals at number 18 for this year.
Yeah, Tanner Pittman.
Yep.
Tanner's part of HPG as well. And so as we were talking about, an individual contributor that's doing a lot from an organization standpoint as well. So though I will tell you, they don't tell you. I didn't know anything until the list was published and it was out.
Yeah.
And then I started getting LinkedIn messages and a text message. And I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about right now, because I didn't know. Number 17, Abby Burke.
Oh, love her. She is TikTok famous anyway. So
super creative.
Adorable. Yeah.
She's with distributor Walker Clay.
She is. Yep. Yep.
Number 16, JQ, who we know, she does a phenomenal job.
She should be number 1. Sorry, Nick.
Yeah, she's on LinkedIn all over the board. And I don't know where it comes from. She's tons of followers, but all of her field training for sales, a phenomenal job. 15, Nanette Gray with Lemonade Creative Marketing Group. I know she was on the list as well last year. So I follow a lot of her LinkedIn stuff for sure.
Oh, look, I did make the online 18. but just in a picture.
Yeah, you're
No,
in a
Meg.
picture.
No, Meg, that doesn't count. Because if
But I
that's
mean,
the
in your
case, because if that's the case, number 14, Sarah Gashgarian Unra, is
Yeah.
on it twice.
Oh, okay. Fair
I love
enough. Well,
the
that's,
snaps. Can I
So
just tell you, I love the snapshots of things that they grabbed, and I was
I know,
like,
right?
"Oh, look at that!" Like,
yeah, how do they choose that photo or that post as the caption for?
We did you wrong, Sarah. No, it's okay.
it's
You're
okay.
beautiful
It's
regardless.
okay.
I
Uh,
love seeing you in your natural element. Honestly, you're doing such a great job on TikTok.
uh,
And I think when we first talked to you last year, right,
yeah.
and we were like, hey, let's have this discussion. You said I'm really trying to put myself out there this year, and you have. Like,
Thank
kudos
you.
to you. It's so hard to step outside of the box. Like, public speaking is not for the weak. It is not for the weak. And like
No.
really having to like be okay with the way you sound and the way you look, and having to like just confidently get up and speak. Like, you've done a phenomenal job coming from not having to do it as much. So good for you for putting yourself out there. And I think our
Well,
goal next year is to get you at number, 5 or 4.
well, she fell off. She fell off the
Fell
wagon a
off
little
from
bit.
number
Yeah.
She was
seven. I
7
know. I was
last
like, I don't know
year.
what happened. No, but
Yeah.
I do know, like, I did last year a lot of my like toddler and business, which really, if nobody, I've told only a couple of people this, that was really like me hiding behind my daughter, if you will. Like, it was a
Yeah.
lot of things that like I realized through, but it was like a way for me to put myself out there, but almost being it like through her eyes, seeming
I
like
love that.
her voice, but it was from me. So it was a way to kind of like mask and me not being like the face of my social media. And so this year, my goal was for me to primarily be the face as opposed to like hiding behind
Yeah.
the scenes of my daughter. So she still is there, obviously, and I'll put her out every once in a while. But I just try to make sure that like you get to know me and not my my toddler as much. So
Oh, well, we love your
he
toddler, but
unfortunately doesn't get to walk into every room that I have to. So
all right, who's next?
So number 13, Ryan Paulus.
So
I
Radar promotion.
follow Ryan Radar Promotions on LinkedIn.
I follow him too, but
Yeah,
I don't see him or know him.
I've met him a couple of times. I
I'm
always
saying
think,
that, but I feel like I do know him now that I'm looking at him. I
yeah,
apologize. I'm sorry.
but it's one of those, right? Like people are so good from a social media standpoint, and you have to think like we all go to so many different events, and that it's so hard that we don't get to see each
Mhm.
other as often. And so I wish we did more. I had people that were like, "Are you going to be at Performa this week? Are you going to be at ASP this week?" And I
Aw,
was like,
yeah.
"No, but I'll be in Fort Worth for ASI Fort Worth. So hopefully I get to see some of y'all there."
Aw.
So it's just hard as jobs and roles change, right? So
Absolutely.
number 12, Taylor Borst, well deserved for
Well
sure.
deserved.
I love watching her videos and her dog and her husband and all of it. I love watching everything she puts out. So it's just good content. And her lighting is always phenomenal, I will
Always.
say. Her lighting is on point. So 11, Brianna Maz.
I love her. She's
Yeah.
phenomenal. Yes. So St. Regis Group is doing some amazing things. And just selfishly aside, they also partnered with the Promo Cares Water for Good campaign, but for 2025, meaning that their contribution will come in 2026. And they have committed to donating 1% of total sales.
Wow.
I
That's
know.
huge.
I know. So I am like, let's make her number one.
Yeah.
So
That's
thank you,
huge.
Brianna. Thank you, SRG. And yeah, congratulations on number 11. And she was not ranked last year at all.
Yeah. Number 10, Sarah Whitaker. Same thing, not ranked. Last year, Williams Advertising. Out of the 18, I will say this was the one person I wasn't connected with. So I am excited to get to know Sarah more. I love
She's
fellow
sweet.
Sarah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know I've met her. It's funny. I remember sitting in, I think there, maybe WLC last year. I can't remember. There was one place I walked up to, and I think there was literally like 3 Sarahs around like the table. And I was like, this like never happens. So I think she was one of them. And so if I'm wrong, Sarah, you can correct me later. Number 9, Savannah.
Well, merch girly. So surprise, surprise, she's actually going to be our guest on next week's
Our next
episode,
podcast.
and we'll have to get like a quote from her or some her feedback.
Yeah, I was like, I know her more so as merch girly. I've got to ask her because I names are important and I hate butchering people's names. So I want to make sure that I can pronounce her name as much as people mispronounce mine. I want to make sure we pronounce her name the right way.
Yeah.
But she does great. I love.
And she's killing it. And I actually just saw her TikTok yesterday, and it said something along the line. It was like her plans are to be a famous influencer by the end of 2025. And
Wow.
so, and she's doing all the things. So, I think that's great for a marketing manager of a big distributor. Like, good for you. Like, they picked they got a good one there. So, great job.
Thanks. Joseph Summers with Whitestone branding, not ranked last year. I see a ton of his LinkedIn posts of his travels and work and things that they're doing from an organization standpoint with Dominique. Haley Moore.
Of course.
Love it. From Promo Corners. She's killing it.
She was number 16 last year, and she is up to number 7.
And then Danny Rosen. So Brain Fuel, of course. So congratulations. And so he's back on at number 6. He was number 4 last year, but does a phenomenal job. Just all together, all the things. I love.
Yeah. And he's not just posting to post, right? Like if you look at the picture and look at the images that they are showing on the PPAI website, it's the whole Avalara store that they set up. I don't know if you saw that post. It's phenomenal. Like
so cool.
This is what good branding looks like. Brand consistency and throughout the entire setup, from the apparel to the clothing to the signage. A phenomenal job, Brand Fuel and Danny, just on that case study alone. I'm just blown away by it. It looks
it's so funny. I was actually talking to somebody yesterday who's a potential customer, if you will. So like they were looking for re-merchandising, like their organization, and they were like, what would you look for? And I said, regardless of whenever you decide to bring into a product, it should still be part of your story. It should be consistent, even if it's from your pen all the way to then how you want your teachers to be represented out in public. Like it should be like the thread should be continuous. It shouldn't be broken up. And that's what I think happens a lot of times with merch. So this is a great example of that continual message from a marketing standpoint. Number 5, Bill Petrie, up from number 12. So congratulations, Bill.
Congrats, Bill.
Yeah, he's everywhere. I love him. I ran into him at
he's a pioneer. He really is for all this stuff, the webinars or the podcasting, the general sessions, the keynotes, all of it. He's the guy.
Yeah. And so willing to help too, and so knowledgeable. So if I ever have questions, he's more than willing to jump in and help. Suzanne Simpson. I love Suzanne Gemline. So she's a fellow work group member for WLC. She stood out to me first at WLC. I'll just tell a small story. She came in and wearing this gorgeous like flower on her jacket that just popped and was beautifully pink. And I had to comment on it. She's just a ball of sunshine whenever you meet her. She is literally the definition of joy. I love her.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever met her in person, but I know of her. So yeah, she looks very professional and buttoned up, and I can't wait to meet her one day.
Yeah, she's great.
Number 3. What an upset. What an upset, Mitch. You were number 2 last year. I love Mitch. Do you want to hear a funny, just quick
Yeah.
When I first started as a supplier in this industry, Mitch was probably one of the first people I ever went to see as a supplier rep up in Chicago. And I remember going into his office and just blown away. I was like, wow, this is so cool. And we've been friends ever since. So kudos to Mitch. Congratulations. I think he's a great person. Love him. And congratulations again. Glad to see you made it on the list. Sorry about number 3.
No, you're fine. Number 2, Natalie O'Leary from BAMCO. We had Natalie on our podcast as well. And so talking about social media and all the things. And so she's phenomenal. So she's done a great job.
She's popping up everywhere too. She was a rising star for 2024.
Yes.
We've had her on the podcast and she's popping up everywhere.
Yeah, she had a great year. So congrats, Nat. And then
number 1.
Repeat, Mr. Latour.
Look at Sarah.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say.
There I am too.
Technically, Sarah is last or first.
Yeah.
I know. 14.
Well, that's what I mean. So technically, she's like
almost there. We're splitting it. No,
Yeah.
I love you, Nick. I'm like, but yeah, Nick has done
Congratulations. Well
he's done
deserved.
a great job all over
He's-
his Monday videos and then
Yeah,
other content that he
consistent
puts
too.
out. Like, yeah, he's great. He does
Absolutely.
a lot of different things on a lot of different platforms, and so love Nick. So
Awesome.
congrats.
Well, congratulations to everyone that made it on the list. It's not easy to be consistent and really put yourself out there. And these companies and then these individuals have done a fabulous job. If you haven't seen the list and you want to read more about them, they are on PPAI.org's website. You can go and check them out. And then if you haven't already, go in and add up these people and these companies and follow them
Yeah, I
and
was gonna
learn
say
from
follow
them.
them.
Because these are the people that are pioneering the industry. They're trying to elevate our industry, and they're doing a fabulous job in doing so. So congratulations again to everybody on this list. Proud to call you guys my friends. And yeah, that's it. That's all I have.
Very cool. All right, guys. Well, if there's nothing else, I guess we'll see you on the next one. Take care.